We are back with another video. Today we are out here in northern Wisconsin. We are doing some crappie fishing. It's obviously me. We got Mitchell with, and we just got out here. We threw the shack up quick and use this kind of a little home base, and hopefully we're gonna throttle a whole bunch of basin crappies today. Are you excited?
I am. Let me take a moment to thank all my sponsors.
Whoa.
Actually,
too far.
I'm just kidding. I don't have any ready to fish.
So yeah, we are gonna fish, and we're out here. Like I said, northern Wisconsin, chasing basin crappies. One of everybody's absolutely favorite things is chasing basin crappies all winter long. Fish sit up high over the water column. Normally they're very aggressive. Normally there's a whole bunch of them, and normally it's a lot of cat and mouse on the flasher. So we're gonna get a flasher cam going. We're gonna get Mitchell going with the camera. I'm gonna be going with the camera, and hopefully we're gonna catch a whole bunch of fish and talk about the process, where you look for them, how you find them, and how you catch them. So stay tuned. It's gonna be exciting. Even if Mitchell doesn't look like it's gonna be exciting, it's gonna be a good morning on the ice. And stay tuned. Let's get it going on.
All right, we are set up, rocking and rolling. Got the Eskimo set up. Got the holes punched. We should be good to go. Mitchell's already in the shack jigging, and he may or may not have already caught a fish. And I am going to be the one hole hopping around out here. Kind of before, I guess, we set the shack up, we just kind of spot checked each of these holes and kind of saw where there was a lot of fish and where there was not fish. So that's kind of why we set the shack up here. But I am going to be fishing the Elliott Evolution Series 44-inch ultra light, kind of my favorite outside hole hopping rod. Works great as a crappie bluegill rod outside, or a dead stick walleye rod as well. But I'm going to be fishing the brand new, this is the Acme Sling Blade jig. Very cool jig. I've played around with it a bunch open water. I have not yet showcased it out on the ice, but basically you get to twitching this jig and this plastic just bounces. It's a free floating hook. It runs on a pin system, and if you see that thing down there, it's just constantly going like that when you're hopping it. So I'm gonna be the one hole hopping, and we're gonna get the Markham MX7 going here and hopefully mark some fish right off the bat. All right guys, we're dropping down here. First drop of the day. Kind of getting down close to these guys. I'm just gonna pound it in place right there. In a second here, we should get some vertical. Oh yeah, look at this. Kind of pull it away from. Oh yeah, he just absolutely slacklined it right there. That is what I'm talking about. Doesn't feel too bad. A little flipper right there. There we go. My first fish through the ice on the old sling blade. And one concern I had with this bait was that it was going to be difficult to hook fish because of this hook pivots. But one thing I realized is that when you hook them, it kind of like flexes like that, and they almost never get off because that hook moves. It's kind of the opposite of what I thought would happen, but at least that's what I noticed in the open water season. Oh, hooked up right there. Absolutely smoked it. Just a ton of clutter on the graph from all the fish kind of coming up and moving around. There we go. Just pounded that thing. There we go. He's already off. There we go. It's kind of your chip of flowage 10-incher right there, 9.5-incher. Ton of these fish out here. See you later, buddy.
Ooh, got him. Actually, this one doesn't feel too bad. Nice fish. That's exactly what we're after out here. Perfect 10-inch eater crappies. You know, not keep them. Take a look. Nice fish. I'm using today too. It's actually new this year by Acme. This is a Tungsten Castmaster. I don't know. It's like pink, purple fire tiger. I don't even know. It doesn't matter what it's called. But what's awesome about this thing, what's awesome about tungsten is heavy. So you're able to get the same exact thing as a Castmaster that we use walleye fishing and really for anything because it's so good. And you're able to downsize it to the super tiny. I don't even know what this thing actually weighs. I was kind of concerned it might be too big, but obviously it's not. These fish are racing up and smoking it, but check it out. It's working.
Just gonna pound it in place right above him. Here comes a streaker. Oh yeah, just pounded it. That is what I like to see. That's what every crappie guy likes to see. Ton of fish on the graph, coming up, moving vertically a lot, and just smoking the old sling blade today. There we go, just a little green plastic. I don't even know what this color is called, but you can kind of probably find it online. I'll link this thing down below, but for now I want to let this guy go and get back down there because it's just a mountain of fish. Oh, here we go. Oh, just absolutely slacklined it. That is too much fun right there. When you see that rod tip just pop back up at you, that is too cool. That's how you know they're biting. When they're eating baits like that, you know you're doing the right stuff. Let's get that guy popped off here. There we go. It's a lucky day. We're not keeping any. We're just out here fishing for fun, which, believe it or not, you can have a good time and not keep fish.
All right, so whenever we're fishing for these basin fish, one thing that's super important is drilling a ton of holes. And generally what we do is we kind of, you know, grid out in a large area, and we'll just go around spot check, spot check, spot check. Because, you know, a lot of times these spots are 20, 30 feet deep, and the fish show up very good because they're normally off bottom. And we're not looking for like a single, we're normally looking for like 3 to 5 or more fish in a stack at one time. And when we find that, you know, generally we kind of fish that area for a little bit and see how big the area is that those fish are using, and then normally we drill more holes either in a further direction or in that area where we're seeing a lot of fish, right? So it's real quick to go spot to spot to spot. You might be sitting here in this hole not seeing anything, or maybe seeing one fish. Go 7 feet the other direction, drop it down, and you got 13, 14 fish on the flasher at a time. And that's why we drill a lot of holes to follow these fish around. It's super important, especially if you're going to spend any length of time in that area, or if you just want to catch more fish. You got to put in the legwork, really, no matter what it is, but especially for basin crappies. Lots of holes, lots of hole hopping, looking for those fish. Don't come out, drill 5 holes, sit down with your flasher in one hole and wait for those fish to come back to you. Moving around, hole hopping, looking for that stack of fish always is more productive.
Oh, there we go, buddy. There we go.
He's on him now, boys.
I'm on him. The tried and true technique of drilling. Whoa, this is freaking out.
Nice one.
Yeah, it must be. Drilling a hole 2 feet away from your buddy. Look at that. Oh, look at this. I'll be here all day long doing this. Following Tom around and popping holes a foot away just to steal all those crappies.
Look at all this red on my graph. It's just a beautiful thing to see. Dropping down, hold it above them. Pound in place. Fish coming. Oh, this looks like a good mark. Pound it in place. Hooked up right there. Right there. This feels like a better fish. Look at that thing dig. Too much fun. I don't care how many times you basin crappie fish. Oh yeah, that's a toad right there for out here. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. Just a pie plate of a crappie. That little sling blade just stuck right in the roof of his mouth, and they are absolutely destroying this thing today. It's like get down to him and just hold on and watch your rod tip go slack. Pound that thing a couple of times, get that tail walking, and boom, fish on. All right, back he goes. Studly little crappie there for the old flowage. There he goes. Back for more. You got just a mad horde of them. Oh my gosh, dude. I was dropping down into them and my jig just stopped. Pounded it in place a couple times and boom. They're eating that thing up today. It's kind of like a Wonder Bread color. But man, is that thing just clocking them. And there's just a phenomenal school down there right now. Let's let that guy go. Rinse and repeat.
Oh my gosh, Tom, look at that. You're just clocking them. I am just clocking them over here. Still not quite as much as you are though. But you know what? The difference in me and you, Tom, I catch way bigger fish all the time. Oh my gosh, look at that. And I really have nothing to say. And my man over here is talking about pale crappies, Wonder Bread crappies, and gold crappies. I don't know if he just done and hit his head or what, but get it back, get another one.
So there's a few kinds of crappie bites that happen throughout the course of winter. One is weeds. We filmed that last week, a shallow water weed related bite. Normally that's a clear system oriented type of thing, where you have a lot of very deep water and then a large shallow flat with a lot of weeds on it, and that's kind of one area that holds a lot of fish. The other one that we're fishing today is these basin scenarios. A lot of times these happen in our staying systems or slightly shallower systems. These lakes that have a lot of water that's like 15, 12, maybe 20 feet deep, and then they'll have deep isolated holes in them, right? And a lot of times these spots, they might be small, they might be big, but it's very soft bottom. And the reason those fish like those areas is a lot of bug hatch and larva stuff going on there. And a lot of times those fish will suspend out over those areas, and they'll start doing that late in the fall post turnover. And a lot of times if you come out on a lot of these type of lakes late in the fall, you drive around, you'll see a ton of marks halfway down in the water column. And you know, those are the areas those crappies really spend a lot of their winter. And that's where we are today. We're in some of these deeper isolated holes. Kind of the third type of crappie bite might be like a structure related thing where fish come out of a basin into a steep break or a large piece of structure. But we're fishing today is strictly an open water suspended basin bite. We have a lot of 10-12 feet around us, and we have like a 25-foot hole here, and these fish are suspended right over the top. So that's what we're looking for. And if you have a lake that sets up like this, you can pretty much look at a map, and a lot of times you can find the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas that look like this to go check out and drill.
All right, look at this stack, you guys. Look at this amount of fish right here. Found it in place right above them. My plastic is not even on here, right? Which I'm not real big on that, but I don't know if it's really even gonna matter too much, because look at that. Fish after fish. Just crushing them on the sling blade. We have not been fishing for very long, and man, it is just one after another. And these fish out here are just so cool. They're kind of like palish looking, then they got like this crazy, like almost like iridescent coloring to them. Pretty cool. Here we go. Look at that guy. Just too much fun. I don't care how many times you fish basin crappies or how much time you spend on the ice catching basin crappies and they're all stacked up. Too much fun.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Are you gonna do the outro?
No.
That was pretty lame attempt at an outro.
I didn't know you had the camera on, actually. I was gonna say some dumb stuff.
All right, well that is gonna do it for this morning's quick little video. Fun morning, just pounding crappies. It is starting to snow. It's just a gorgeous winter day out here, and we are just catching crappies one after another right now. But hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully it was informational for you guys. Hopefully you guys are out smoking some ice fishing winter crappies right now, and yeah, just catching them. If you guys are looking for any of the products in this video, I'll link them below because I know you guys always ask for them. But yeah, stay tuned for more content. Like I said, we're filming every single day, hopefully catching fish every single day. And yeah, what do you have to say, Mitchell? Nothing, huh? That was a very passive aggressive punch out too. Give me a good one. 3, 2, 1, punch it out.
Let me do the drop kick one.
You're drawing this out too much. See you later.